What is going on, everybody? My name is Dan Tramte, and I am the founder of Scorefollower. I wanted to send out a thank you message to everyone supporting this project, and I wanted to give you all some exclusive insight into what we've been up to and what our challenges are, and, well, why you are so important and crucial in this community. Before we talk about why you're amazing, though, let me first show you some interesting numbers. We've been doing a bit of data analysis to describe information on the works we've been curating since about November 2017, which is when we started seriously tracking information on the works we curate. These numbers currently exclude featured composers like Haya Chernovin, Chris Dench, Rebecca Saunders, and a few others, but we'll be adding those to our database soon, and I plan to include those in future videos. All right. The first chart I have is a normal distribution and histogram of the composers by birth year. As you can see, a majority of the works we upload are by composers born between 1971 and 1996. Some works are by composers born on or before 1945, like our Schoenberg works, for example, and others are by composers born as recently as 1999. Now, if we look at the same kind of data for the date of composition, you'll see that a ton of the works we curated were written in 2016, 2017, and 2018, and that there's a notable drop-off before 2008. One of our biggest goals from the very beginning of this project was to champion the works by living composers written within the last 10 years. As I said earlier, we started collecting this data in late 2017, so here you can see that with only a few negligible exceptions, a significant portion of our project features work precisely within the expected window for a goal like that, 2008 to 2019. Now, one of the things that this chart fails to show is the real-time nature of this project. It looks like most of the works we curate are like 2 to 3 years old as of this moment in time, February 2020. When I account for the timestamps at which we curate and select these works, though, the numbers get even more interesting. Here is a chart that shows the age of composition when it was curated. It shows that most often the work is only 1 year old by the time it enters our system and gets uploaded. A bunch are 2 or 3 years old, but some are in fact less than 1 year old. Think about that. Those are works that were completed, performed, recorded, and curated by us within less than 12 months. I have to say that this is something the Scorefollower team is especially proud of. Yes, we are building an archive of new music, but what is very special about this project is that we are building this archive in real time, presenting brand new pieces to the world and having an influence on which pieces are talked about, written about, programmed by ensembles, taught in school, and shared in our online community. It is at this point I want to turn this back to you, our supporters. It's not just us on the Scorefollower team who is building this community. You are building this community with us in a very direct and real way. Although I have not yet personally accepted a single penny from this project, nor have any of the other directors, we believe that all of our curators and producers ought to be paid a healthy fee that demonstrates how we truly value them and their contributions to Scorefollower. We also have to pay for various technical services like physical and cloud storage, web hosting, video editing software, and so on. It is our community of donors that fund these costs, and you all are the biggest portion of our revenue input. Before I go, let me briefly explain why that is. First of all, we do monetize a bunch of our videos, but monetization alone currently cannot cover these expenses for several reasons. One, our content is not exactly the type of viral content that can produce a lot of income. Now, some of our videos actually do kind of come close, but a single cute cat video will completely dwarf our entire output in metrics like views and ad clicks. So two, almost all of our most popular videos are actually completely ineligible for monetization because in those cases, we're usually licensing with labels and publishers and producing derivative content of their copyright, with their permissions, of course. And three, YouTube can be a major headache. We haven't had many copyright issues at all because we do seek permissions, but recently One of our main channels got falsely demonetized because our content is so consistent that YouTube's algorithm automatically assumed we were a bot. Yes, Google's bot busted our channel because it thought we humans were a fellow bot. We lost about 6 months of revenue because of this. So all this is to say, our monetization revenue is probably a lot lower than you might expect. Now, beyond monetization, we also do seek institutional and grant support, but a majority of those opportunities either come with stipulations that eliminate our curatorial freedom, or they would sort of steer us towards one-off projects that might generate a nice temporary revenue, but would not be sustainable at all. When we look at our options and the numbers, the writing on the wall tells us the same story over and over again. If a project like ours is going to exist, that is, a project which seeks permissions from copyright holders, maintains curatorial integrity, and values the labor of the people working, it's going to be grassroots funded. And let me put this another way. If a project like ours is going to exist, it's going to be this particular project because of this community, which includes you. So I want to thank you for your support thus far, and thank you in advance for continuing to support us. At this point in time, our Patreon page is our preferred method of support. We have exciting plans to maintain early access videos to works that we will eventually post on our YouTube channels, as well as building an exclusive library of videos. We have perks. We even have offers for services. If you can't commit to our Patreon page, you can purchase merchandise. I know you're eyeing this Score Follower hoodie, so if you bought one, that would be very helpful to us. You can also just send donations directly through our support page or send us tips through the Brave browser. Please tell your friends, students, professors, ensemble members, and anyone you know who is regularly tuning in to Score Follower to help this community grow by chipping in what they can. Thank you for supporting our project and this community. You are all heroes, and the team loves you for it.